Could your anger be a hidden superpower? All right, so let's flip the script on something you've been told your whole life. What if your anger isn't a weakness, but your most powerful weapon? I know, it sounds crazy, right? But hear me out. You've been taught to bury that rage, to calm down, count to 10, let it go. But what if you could actually use your anger to your advantage? Now, I'm not saying go Hulk on your coworkers or scream at your kids in the grocery store. No, I'm talking about learning how to channel that fire into something productive. Imagine turning that boiling frustration into fuel for real results. It's not about stopping your anger, it's about controlling it, shaping it, and using it as a tool to improve your life. Does that sound impossible? Well, stick around because I'm going to show you how I use these exact techniques that can transform your rage into your personal power. Let's dive in. All right, let's get real for a second. Imagine this. Your anger, the thing you've spent years trying to suppress or avoid, could actually be your most powerful asset. That's right. Instead of letting it consume you, what if you could use it to level up your life? I'm talking about more focus, more clarity, better relationships, more productive. You've got this fire inside you. And today I'm going to show you how to harness it and turn it into your secret weapon. Now, here's the deal. Most of us are raised to think that anger is bad. You've been told to calm down. Sit in a corner, keep quiet, just let things go, chill. And sure, there's a time and a place for staying calm. But what happens when you shove all that anger down? Year after year, day after day, week after week, it boils and you explode. You feel out of control. And let's be honest, you probably end up saying or doing something you regret. Anger can make you feel powerless, like it's controlling you rather than the other way around. Does this sound familiar? You've probably asked yourself, can I really use anger to my advantage? Or isn't anger just going to make everything worse? And I get it. That may have been how you've been handling your anger in the past. And it seems counterintuitive to think of anger as anything other than destructive. But here's the thing. It's not the anger that's the problem. It's what you do with it. Uncontrolled anger ruins relationships. It damages your health. And maybe worst of all, it leaves you feeling stuck and in this loop of frustration and guilt. You yell, you feel bad, and then you promise to stay calm next time until it all boils and you do it all over again. Now, what if I told you that you could change that cycle? In fact, I've seen it happen. Clients who've learned to express their anger constructively report feeling more peace, more direction, and yes, more control over their lives. They've stopped letting anger control them, and they've started using it as a tool for growth. One of my clients, Michelle, she was stuck, constantly fighting with her ex over co-parenting issues. The anger was eating her alive. She couldn't sleep, she was exhausted, and she was ready to throw in the towel on everything. But once she learned how to recognize the emotion behind the anger, the fear, the frustration, the disappointment behind the anger, she started channeling that energy into something productive. She wrote letters she never sent. She learned to have the tough conversations without blowing up. She learned new skills, new strategies. And guess what? Not only did her relationship with her ex improve, but she started feeling more in control of her life again. Relationships with her friends improved. Relationships with her children improved. So how do you make this shift? How do you turn that explosive rage into fuel for real positive results? I'm glad you asked. Let's break it down into 3 simple steps. Step 1, identify what's really behind your anger. Anger is never just anger. It's usually masking something else. It's usually masking fear or shame or frustration, so many other emotions, worry. So next time you feel yourself getting angry, ask yourself what's really going on here. Maybe you're scared of failing, or maybe you feel disrespected. Whatever it is, naming the underlying emotion is the first step to gaining control over it. Step 2, use healthy outlets for release. Once you've identified what's fueling your anger, you need a way to release it before it turns into something destructive. So I'm not talking about yelling into the void or slamming doors. Try something like writing a letter. Get all your frustrations out on paper with pen, but don't send it. Tear it up, burn it, throw it in the garbage. Or maybe go for a run, punch a pillow, take up kickboxing, any other form of exercise. The point is, you need to release that tension in a way that works for you, in a way that works for you, not against you. Step 3, transform that energy into action. Now, here's where the magic happens. Once you've got the emotion out in the open, you know what the underlying emotion is under the anger, and you've found a way to healthily release that anger, ask yourself, how can I use this energy? You see, anger is energy. It's fire. You can channel that fire into positive action. You can channel that fire into taking action, doing things that need to be done, creating relationships that you want to create, getting work done. You can channel that fire into positive action. Use that surge of emotion to finally have the tough conversations you've been avoiding. Use it to push forward on a project that's been stressing you out. Channel it into making a change in your life that you've been too scared to tackle. So there you have it. Anger doesn't have to be the villain in your story. In fact, it can be your greatest strength if you know how to use it. Next time you feel the fire rising inside of you, instead of trying to snuff it out, harness it. Recognize what's behind it. Release it in a healthy way, and then channel that energy into something that makes your life better. You've got this. Now, go turn that anger into power and make some serious moves. You got the power to transform your anger, but let's not stop there. Divorce is a minefield, and I want to make sure you don't step into any of those traps. In my video, The 7 Deadly Sins of Divorce, I break down the biggest mistakes that people make during divorce and how to avoid them. Watch it, check it out, and protect your future, protect your sanity, harness that anger, and use that fuel to take positive actions in your life. You've got this.